A routine monster hunting contract in a coastal kingdom takes a disastrous turn when the world's most iconic monster hunter is stripped of his signature weapons and dragged into a web of corporate wizardry, corrupt judiciary systems, and ancient demonic secrets. In Andrzej Sapkowski's Season of Storms, The Witcher Book 8, fans are treated to a brilliant standalone prequel that fits snugly within the early timeline of the legendary dark fantasy saga. Set before the fateful events of the main Ciri arc, this narrative captures Geralt of Rivia at his street-level prime, cynical, hyper-tactical, and utterly unappreciated by the humans he protects. The trouble begins in the kingdom of Kerack, where Geralt arrives expecting nothing more than a quick contract and a warm meal. Instead, he is hit with a fabricated charge, thrown into a dungeon, and released only to find that his prized witcher swords, his steel blade for humans and silver blade for monsters, have been stolen. Without his weapons, Geralt is uniquely vulnerable, a weakness quickly exploited by a local cabal of power-hungry sorcerers. They offer to help him track down his blades, but only if he agrees to act as their muscle in a highly volatile, deep-state magical dispute involving rogue mutations and forbidden bioengineering. The narrative scale shifts from a standard detective story into a high-stakes survival thriller as a literal and metaphorical storm breaks over the coast. Geralt must navigate a cutthroat landscape populated by corrupt kings, lethal fox demons, Aguaras, and a seductive but deeply dangerous sorceress named Lytta Neyd, known across the continent as Coral. The suspense redlines when the sorcerer's experimental monsters break containment, forcing Geralt to engage in visceral close-quarters combat using nothing but a backup dagger, his basic witcher signs, and his raw, bone-shattering physical instincts to survive. Sapkowski crafts an absolutely magnificent, cynical audio experience that beautifully expands the lore of the continent. The audiobook narration masterfully brings Geralt's dry, world-weary perspective to life, perfectly balancing it with the grand, flowery prose of his traveling companion, the iconic bard Dandelion. Every single chapter riffs with sharp political satire, dark fairy tale subversions, and a deep exploration of the moral gray areas that define the Witcher's world. Will Geralt successfully reclaim his legendary swords before the sorcerer's chaotic experiments wash the kingdom away? Or will the Season of Storms claim the White Wolf as its final casualty? Pop in your headphones, brew your combat elixirs, and prepare for an incredible return to the world of the Witcher, because even without his blades, a wolf still has teeth.